Good morning, all, or good evening, good night, depending on where you are. Um, this video won't be a serious trading session. I prefer to trade London, New York myself. So most of the live tradings that I do will either be 5 p.m. my time or 10 p.m. my time. 5 p.m. being when London opens and 10 p.m. when New York opens. So that's what I'm mostly doing. But today's the first day that I've got the 8-minute trader and the post-8 scalper set up, ready to go. So I thought I'd just go through a little bit of that. If we get some good alerts come through while I'm on the call, we'll take them out and go through it all. I'll have a bit of a look at the trade manager and all that as well. So yeah, I'll share my screen and we'll have a look at it all. Okay, guys, it's just 2 minutes till 10, which will be the open, when the Asian sessions, the Tokyo session starts. You generally see a bit of movement at the start of Asian session. But so I thought I'd just jump on a couple of minutes before that. And even though once you have access to your 8-minute trader, there's some, very precise videos, more. I couldn't make a better video or anything myself, so I'm not going to do that. But what I'm just going to show you now, it actually shows you in those videos. So I'm just rehashing the same thing here, really. But once you've installed the software, which is extremely simple, as you'll see when you watch that video, I've got this chart here. It's pound US dollars, so that's a forex pair. And to add the post-8 scalper software to it, I've just got to go to this little box here, which is the templates box, and come down here, and you'll see there's 2 post-8 alerts. One for IM is for indices and metals, and FX is for forex. So we're on a forex pair, so we'll click on it, and it's going to put that template on there for me. We do have this little alert pops up. Please check your auto trading settings. What that means, that's actually for the trade manager that comes with it. By default, it's turned off. That's why we got that alert. So to add the trade manager to it, we need to come down here to expert advisors and find the post-8 alert trade manager. And we're just going to drag that onto the chart. And now we want to set this. All this trade manager is going to do is automatically place a take profit and a stop loss when we place a trade. So I'm going to set my take profit at 200 and 100, and I have to turn this to true. And okay, and now that's all set up. We just got an alert come through on Euro USD. So I'm going to go to Euro USD. And we've just got a buy alert here. So it's in an uptrend on the 1 minute. I'm going to just quickly check the 5 minute. And it's going to give me all those alerts again. And it's also in an uptrend. So I'm thinking this is a decent alert to place, a decent trade to place. Even though it's jumping down now, I'm going to jump into that trade. If you've never placed a trade before on an account, you're going to have to allow one-click trading. And I've placed my trade, and you'll see it's placed a stop loss here. So this is a $1,000 account. I've chosen to just have a 0.03 lot size. Several reasons. I've just started on this account, and I want to be nice and conservative to start with until I build up a bit of a buffer too. It's just the Asian session. It's not my favorite trading session anyway. And so on the stop loss of 100 points, if I hit my stop loss, I'm going to lose $3, which is, 1/3%. So nice and conservative. we zoom out, we'll see my take profits there. If I hit that, that'll be a $6 profit, so twice as big as the potential loss. And yeah, so a 60%, or, you know, a 0.6% profit. This trade so far is not looking the best, but you win some, you lose some. And so that's really my plan, is just to pick out. I'm sort of planning on doing 2 one-hour trading sessions every day using the post-8 scalper. Most likely they will be at 5 p.m. my time, and then again at 10 p.m. my time. That's the open of the London Open and then the New York Open. And so after my 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., and that's my local time, trading session, half an hour after that will be the US 30 Open. So if I'm not too tired, still awake and keen, then you know, I'll be able to switch over to the 8-minute trader and do my US Open. All right, so we'll leave that trade playing, and I'll just open up the US 30 chart. So I've got my post 8 alert software on here. When it comes time to do the US Open, so the original 8-minute trading strategy for the US Open, I just open up the templates and I came down here to the 8-minute trader, and I will click on that. Okay, and so it's all set. And this is going to look, now it will look exactly like it would look on Mo's screen when he does here. So it tells you the lot size, the actual dollar value that your trades are in profit or loss of, how long until that candle closes, and the current percentage of profit. And then, of course, you have your close all trades button ready to go. You know, so yeah, for the US 30, for the Open, you have it on here, you do that. If you want to trade at any other time during the day, you just want to jump on here and put the post 8 alert IM one for indices, because US 30 is an indice. We'll put it on and it'll be ready to go. You can zoom it out a little bit more if you want to see more of the history, which is what I prefer. And look at our Euro US trade. It's jumping into profit now. That's good. Still only 0.1% profit, but it was only a little trade. So we will have access to a more comprehensive trade manager than this one, but I thought I would just start my first video just with this nice basic one. You know, so it's nice and simple. You put in how far you want your take profit, and that's in points, so that'll be 20 pips. And my stop loss, 10 pips away, and you have to turn it on to true. So that's all you do there. I'm getting very close to hitting my take profit there already. But one thing I do like to do is if I measure, well, I know what it is, but that's 20 pips to the take profit. Halfway is obviously 10 pips. So what I like to do is I'm going to set up a trailing stop loss, click on custom, and I'm going to set the trailing at 120 points, and click OK. So once it gets 120 points into profit, it's going to move the stop loss up above the entry point, and it'll become a no risk trade, which it's already done. And it's just going to trail along now. So now this trade here, this is the very first trade I have taken out on the post 8 alert scalper. And already I can't lose. Worst I can do is, you know, $1.65, which is 0.16% profit. And but it definitely looks like, I shouldn't have said definitely, it's coming down now, but it's looking like it could very well hit the take profit as well. So a great start. In the future, I'll give people a little bit more warning about when I'm going to do the live trades, and more people can get on board, so we can have a bit of a chat and go through what you want to go through and discuss ideas and throw a few strategies around between each other. But we do have people in a group that are much better traders than me, so they'll have some great insights into this as well. So let's say the reason I like to have the trailing stop loss in there, or at some stage get my take profit above the entry point so it's no risk, is because there is literally nothing worse than placing a trade, you take profit, you stop loss, and leaving it to its own devices. You know, the idea isn't to be staring at the screen all day. But when you come back and have a look, you see that the market has almost hit the take profit. So you went so close to taking a lovely profit, and then the market could just come right back down here and hit your stop loss. And you know, so that's a terrible feeling, knowing you went so close to hitting your take profit. And yeah, I'm still hoping this will come up and hit it, but yeah, it could very well just keep coming down as well and hit my stop loss. And you know, so it's so close to a profit, and then you end up taking a loss. There's nothing worse than that. So that's why I like to have that trailing stop loss in there. You don't want to have it too close though, so I like to have it. I like the market to get more than halfway to my take profit before it activates the trailing stop loss. And so on my live trading sessions, um, yeah, a lot of it, hopefully there'll be people on board watching as well, and we can have a chat, but there'll be a lot of just waiting, waiting for the alerts to come through. I've actually put the software onto all of these 13 different pairs. I've got some crypto, indices, Forex, and gold. So a good range. And I've got them all on the 1 minute charts for the moment. That just means I'm going to get more alerts because it's all playing out faster. And I'm about to hit my trailing stop loss by the looks, which will be a profit, so no problemo. So in case anybody's got an eagle eye, they may see that this is a Pepperstone MT4, but I'm actually logged into an Envy trading account. This is just a brand new trading account. I started with $1,000. So even though this is a MT4 that I downloaded from the Pepperstone site, that's why it gets the Pepperstone logo. It's still just a generic MT4, and you can log into any broker, any trading account you like, as long as it's an MT4 account. But anyway, guys, that's not too bad. The alert came out, would have been on this candle, and slightly in a drawdown, and then bang. So even though I only took a small profit, $1.95, that is still almost 0.2%. So not too bad. But as I said, I was being very conservative on my first couple of trades. I could have, it would have been into $5 profit at some stage, so much better. But just looking at it like that, that very first alert that I got was very accurate. Bang, alert, and 3 or 4 candles later, it's just rocketed up. So I'm quite happy with that. If this market now goes up to about there, I will guess I'll kick myself a little bit for having my trailing stop loss too close, but them's the breaks. You can't kick yourself too much if you've taken a profit. So that's the main thing. I remember my stop loss originally was going to be a $3 loss. That's on 0.03. So what that means is that for me to have risked 1% per trade on this trade, I would have had to have, instead of 0.03, I would have had to have 0.10. I think a lot of people probably use 1% as a good baseline for a trade. I like to use less than that until I've got a bit of profit in my account, and then go up to 1%. That's total personal choice. But yeah, my point is that that was a very conservative trade. And already I'm getting impatient waiting for another alert. You could put the software onto a lot more pairs than just that. But that's what I've got at the moment. So you can see I've got 3 crypto pairs here. And you can trade a certain amount of crypto on an MT4 platform depending on your broker. But what you could do also, if you had crypto on a crypto exchange like Binance, when you get an alert, see this arrow? I'm not sure what they're for yet. Sorry. So we've got the buy alert. And now we've just got the arrow. So I guess I'm going to have to watch some of the 8-minute trader training so I can learn what it's all about. But I would imagine it's also a buy alert of some description, which if it is, oh, here we go. Okay, so the arrow pops up, and then when it's confirmed, it becomes a buy. So that's what that one's for. So I'm going to jump into another trade, guys, because I already knew that that was an uptrend on the 5-minute as well. And we'll see how that one plays out. I will also put in a trailing stop loss of 125 points, the same as last time. If I measure that, okay, so the market's got to get to the very top of the screen to activate my trailing stop loss and make it no risk. I'm sort of thinking of making my live trade sessions an hour, as I mentioned before. I don't know that I'll make this one a full hour though. We'll just see how we go, see how the alerts are looking. For those that haven't done much trading before, this commission, that's a commission that the broker's charging. So based off the lot size and the pair, then it's that's what the commission is for that trade. A swap fee, it's another fee that they charge, and that's only charged if you carry a trade from one day into the next day. So I've just had another alert come through on AUD NZD. So let's go to that pair. Okay, so it's a sell alert. What are we looking like on the 5 minute? So it looks like the market's been trending up. This bit of a mess here, this volatility here is just because of the market open this morning. And then it settled in. So I guess we've got some resistance there. It's been sort of bouncing there for a while. 15-minute chart. So it's come down a long way. So that could, obviously strong downtrend. This could just be a consolidation zone. So possibly a worthwhile trade. I'll come back onto the 1 minute. Might do this. This is another option, guys. If so we've got a sell alert. We've already got another trade on. We might just come up here a little bit, and I'll put a sell limit. So if the market makes it to there, it's going to activate a sell order. If it doesn't, well, then I won't be in on this trade. But if it does hit it, it'll be a much better position than if I've got into the trade a little bit lower. So we'll see how we go there. That's just another option. Don't have to do it that way. I just thought I would on this one to show you that. So I've got a few rules that I'm going to use, and we've only just started, so these could vary. But one, I want to be trading, obviously, if we get a sell order, that's most likely a downtrend on the 1 minute. I also like to check the 5 and sometimes the 15-minute to make sure it is still a downtrend on them before placing a trade. I don't want it to be an uptrend on the 5 minute and a downtrend on the 1. I wouldn't trade them. In this case, I also had resistance just above, just some decent resistance here. So that was another good reason to do a sell order. A few other rules is I don't want to have too many trades open at once. So maybe like 3 trades on 3 different pairs. So 3 trades all up, 1 on each pair, 3 different pairs. Sometimes, especially London, New York, we're going to get a lot more alerts coming through. So you could open up a lot of trades. I don't want to do too many. So at the moment, I'm thinking no more than 3 open at any one time. And also I don't want any of those 3 pairs to be closely correlated. And what I mean by correlated is Euro USD and Pound USD, because they both have USD in them, are quite closely correlated. So if this one goes up, Pound USD most often would go up as well. So that would give me more exposure on the US dollar, meaning that if that trade went bad, if this trade went bad, most likely this trade would also go bad because they're closely correlated. So I want to avoid that. But all crypto pairs closely correlated. NAS 100 and the US 30 closely correlated because they're all dealing with US companies and therefore affected by the US dollar. And you see, so at the moment, even though it's not a particularly volatile time in the market, not too much movement because it's just the Asian session, I still have 2 trades open at the moment. So you can see, in an hour's trading, it could be easy. You could easily get more than 3 trades that are looking worthwhile taking out. But I think you can get too carried away. So you want to keep yourself limited. I mean, if you take out a heap of trades and they all win, yoo-hoo, that's awesome. But, obviously the opposite can be true as well. And we definitely want to avoid that. This is our Euro US trade. Yeah, so we've got this buy alert straight after we started this call, banged out a nice profit, nice and quick. And then we got another buy alert, which is just there at sort of break even at the moment. And so I know I'm sitting in front of my screen here just because I'm doing live trading and everything, and just talking to myself because there's no one else on the call. But as long as I've got the volume up on my computer, when an alert come through, you would have heard the bing. It's a nice loud bing. I can hear that from anywhere in my house. So I can, I don't have to be at my computer to see the alerts. I can be wandering around the house doing whatever I'm doing, and I'll hear the alerts. I can come straight over and check it out and make a decision on whether to trade or not. You can also send that notification through to your MT4 app on your phone and therefore get a notification and another noise on your phone. So if you're outside or somewhere other than at home, you'll also still hear about the notification, and then you can take the trade. Even though you've got the software on MT4 on your computer, you can send those notifications through to your phone, and then using the MT4 app on your phone, you could have a look, make a decision, and place a trade from there. So yes, the software has to be on an actual MT4 platform on your computer, on a computer of some description. You can actually place the trades from the MT4 app. So trading on the go, no problemo. Oh, look, our Euro USD one is in a little tiny bit of profit. And now it's not. So when only trading small balances like this, taking a profit of $1.95 doesn't sound very exciting. But percentage-wise, it's even though it was a conservative trade, that's still a worthwhile profit. But the idea at this moment, and the reason that I've just started with such a small balance, is that I think when you start trading, or even if you know a bit about trading and you want to start a new strategy or something, then the most important thing isn't making profit. The most important thing is proving that you can consistently make a profit, even if it's only $1.95. Just proving that the system works, that you can work the system properly yourself, and consistently make profit. I mean, you don't have to, and you definitely won't make a profit every single day. You will have losing days. You'll have losing weeks too. But if you can consistently win more weeks than you lose, then that system works. Then you can start using, either a large lot size and or increasing your balance. Increasing your balance, I mean, if you're making profit, your balance is going to automatically be increasing, but you can also add more money to it once you have faith and trust that what you're doing is working. When you're brand new to trading, no matter how great somebody's told you something is, or even if you are an experienced trader, but it's a new strategy, you'd just be silly to go and throw 100 grand in it. unless you're a billionaire, then 100 grand is nothing. But you'd be silly to start with a large balance because you need to prove that it works. Just because it works for somebody else doesn't mean it'll work for you. They have had more experience, they might have more trading experience, more trading on that particular strategy, et cetera, et cetera. So just start small, even on a demo, but whatever, demo, move up to a small account, live balance, prove that it works for you. And then the sky's the limit. Another thing you have to be cautious of, or at least aware of, is the spread. So this is the buy price, this is the ask price. And so the spread is the distance between the two. So even though this candle is below the trade, it's still in the negative. And that's because this blue line, the ask price, has to get below the trade before its actual profit. And so the larger that spread, the further the market's got to move before it can get into profit. If we have a look over here, the spread on AUD NZD is 23 points. On Euro USD, our other trade, it's only 9 points at the moment, so less than half. And you can just see that visually because that's the distance between those two lines. And on Euro US, that distance is much smaller. Although that can be deceiving depending on the scale your chart is currently on. Oh, the ask price, by default, the MT4 doesn't display that. So what you need to do is right click on the chart, come down to properties, go to this is where you can change your colors, but the post date scalper template does that for you. Click on common, and that's the ask line. Okay, so if I uncheck that, now that blue line's not there. So if I was to place a buy order now, I might mistakenly think that it would be placed there, but depending on the spread, it could be much higher. So I think it definitely makes sense to have the show ask line checked. So I like the Open of London at 5 p.m. as I said before, because it's a decent time to trade. There's a lot of movement, a lot of money moving through the markets then, and for that reason you get a lot of the movement is larger and also more definite. It doesn't just wander around and range as much. It doesn't sort of, doesn't do these ones. It actually decides which way it wants to go, and it does it. Not always, but more often than at other times. Anyway, so we just got an Ethereum. We've got ourselves a crypto trade. Let's check that out. Okay, so crypto, check out our 5 minute, obviously in an uptrend, 15 minute, big uptrend going on here, 1 minute. So it looks like a potentially decent trade. I'm going to stick. I'm not even sure what the smallest. I should have taken it. It's powering up. I missed out. But this isn't my serious trading session, so I won't worry about it. What I was going to say is that different brokers will have different minimum size trades that you can take out. Man, how great is that? Bang, you get a buy alert, bang, market goes straight up. That was awesome. What wasn't so awesome was that I didn't take a trade. But I think nearly all brokers, as far as I know, on the major and minor Forex pairs will allow a minimum lot size of 0.01, which is the smallest. On indices and crypto, quite often the broker will have a larger, sometimes much larger, minimum lot size. I know Pepperstone has a minimum lot size on indices of 0.1, which is fine. If that becomes a too aggressive trade for you, you can look at using, instead of using US 30 or DAX, you can use DAX Mini or US 30 Mini if your broker offers that as well. It just means that it'll be a smaller trade, even though I'll confuse you if I explain that to you, but different contract sizes basically. But yeah, so we got the buy alert on this candle here. 2 candles later, it's gone into decent profit. It's tempting because it's pushing up so strong, and it is a very strong uptrend. It's tempting to jump in now. That's called a FOMO trade, fear of missing out. Okay, so to jump in now after a big jump up, most of the time you will see it go into drawdown. It could then go up and get into profit, but to jump in now, to jump in straight when I got that alert would have been great. To jump in now isn't as good a trade because your position isn't as good. So we'll wait. It'll come back down. It'll start going up again. We'll probably get another alert, and then we can jump in on that one. So don't, with this alert software, as you've seen, we're getting heaps of alerts coming through. So if you're too busy talking like me and you miss one, don't worry, there's plenty more coming through. So just pick the cream of the crop, get the best positions, the ones that look like a good setup, and we'll do well. So I know I just got another alert come through, but I've already got one Euro trade on, Euro USD trade on. So I'm not going to do another Euro one at the moment. But look, our Euro trade, this is the one we initially made a profit on. It's in decent profit now. Our AUD NZD one, look at that. She's in profit as well. That looks like a big movement, but I'm only in 75 cents, 88.6. Oh, it's powering down. But that's because there hasn't been much movement, which means that the chart scale is very small. So we're not looking at very much movement there, even though it looks significant. It's really not a huge movement. Point in case from the trade down to where the candle is now is 70 points. If we go back on Euro US, from the trade up to where the market is now is 60, about the same distance. So that distance is really only equivalent to that move there. This just looks more impressive because of the chart scale. But guys, we made $1.90 and now we've got 250 here. That's 354, yeah. So $4.50 profit. That's almost a 0.5% profit and we've just been trading for just over half an hour. So that's trading very conservatively. We've had about 5 or 6 alerts. One didn't look like a good trade setup to me. 2 of them would have been closely correlated, so I didn't take them. One, the Ethereum trade, I probably should have, but I was too busy talking. And it's still looking like going up. So I should have taken that one, but I didn't. Not that I didn't want to, it's just that I thought it was a bit slow, as I said, talking, and missed out. And the 3 trades that we did take, one almost hit the take profit. I mean, the one that's closed, almost, that's the first one, almost hit the take profit, and then retraced back to our trailing stop loss, but still a profit. And we still have 2 trades going, and both of them are now in profit. So not every trading session are we going to have. So, well, you know, I can close them now, and that would be a 100% win ratio, 100% win rate. We're definitely not going to have that all the time, but it is good that my first live trading session was successful. Sure, I'm not going to retire on that $3 or $4 or $5, whatever, $5 that I'm going to have made, but profit-wise, if you can make 0.5% profit in half an hour, mate, it's only a matter of time until you're rich. All right, guys, I'm just going to leave this call now, but I'll probably be back on at 5 o'clock tonight to do a full hour with the London Open and do it a little bit more seriously. All right, guys, I'm going to upload all of these live trading sessions to YouTube and have it on a just a playlist there so everyone can check it all out. And the fact that it's recorded and there for all to see will also help keep me on the straight and narrow and sticking to my trade plan. So if anybody's got questions about anything, or have suggestions on what I could do better, because I know there'll be better traders than me watching this, let me know, guys. I'm not here to be the expert and tell everybody how it should be done. I'm here to help those that are new, and hopefully those that are much more experienced and better than me will also help me out. All right, good stuff, guys. I'll leave it to you. And yeah, that was a good little introduction to the post 8 scalper for 8 Minute Trader. Talk to you all again later.